Good morning. I'm Robin from Spirit of the Lotus. It's Monday morning, and if I look out the window, it looks like nothing has really changed. And spring is here. The daffodils are out. The squirrels are scurrying through the trees. Have you ever noticed just how amazing squirrels are? They seem to be able to find a home, whether it's from a bed of leaves or a hole in the tree. They never seem to fear anything, not humans, not predators. They jump from branch to branch without hesitation. I mean, I watch them in pairs and triplets, 4 or 5 at a time, sometimes running around the entire woodland area, hesitating. Wouldn't it be amazing just to be in a place where there was no hesitation, nothing took you off your path? And it seems that in the 60 years that I've been here, and I'm really proud of just having had my 60th birthday, that my path has turned and twisted, and it's been uphill and it's been downhill, and I've learned a lot, and I've met the most amazing people. But the thing that bothers me the most is how the focus for so many is, the focus isn't inward. There's no trying to make the best of the life we have as much as there is trying to find a good paying job. And in all of that, isn't there some well-worded Buddhist saying about, we work our entire lives to afford insurance and then, try forever to get healthy instead of really allowing a good portion of our time to be around our health and welfare. Not just now with the virus. I mean, that is big. I'm not belittling it. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying anything about that. But even before now and what happens after, I really work with so many people who they're just not healthy. Mentally, physically, emotionally. They go from day to day in a state of exhaustion, and they are using coffee and monster drinks and Coca-Cola and anything with caffeine to just pump them up a little so that they can survive. And that's surviving. What about thriving? What about really having time to thrive? A few of us got close to death or cancer or autoimmune issues. A lot of people have autoimmune issues. Is it a wake-up call? Is there something about our health that we could become aware of? Personally, I've been on this journey for some 15 years, from a point where I could barely walk. A lot of my friends have already heard this. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I could barely walk. The colonoscopy, endoscopy says you've got polyps, you've got stuff, we've removed it, just keep going, come back to us every couple of years. And I find this way of being healthier, physically getting my legs to work better, physically releasing the cancer in my colon, physically going, I continue to go back and forth with my weight. So that's a real bad example, but there is the learning about our bodies, the pain within our bodies. Why do our bodies hurt? It's an indicator. It's our wake-up call. If it's gone so long that it hurts, it's chronic, you can't get rid of it, the body's saying, hey, what about me? What about me? Stop, pay attention, take care of me. And a lot of times we don't take the time, right? A lot of times we're not even happy enough to take care of ourselves. I have clients that we need to up their game with their nutrition. You know, there are certain things that they're allergic to and don't even realize that that's causing part of their pain. They don't realize what's causing their arthritis, their blood pressure. I personally have been about 5 years trying to get down my cortisol levels, which, you know, I kind of ignored because I felt like, okay, divorce, selling a business, trying to create a whole lot of stuff from just my own willpower, that once that was done, I would be better. And I should have been better. I mean, I'm eating all the right things. I am doing all the self-healing, the meditation, the walking, the being out in nature, the more and more and more training. I'm helping others from the pure joy of it. And yet last summer, my blood pressure goes so high that I can barely walk from the car up 3 sets of stairs. And the naturopath and the natural doctor who's working on my hormones and everybody says, listen, we can't help you. You have to go to an endocrinologist before you die, before you drop dead, because the situation you're in could, in fact, kill you. Okay. Got my attention. As much as it bothered me, I went on the medication. Thank the Lord that the people I worked with really understood how sensitive I am to medications and allowed me to not start at 100 milligrams of heart blood pressure medication, but 25 milligrams. Instead of the thyroid medication, because my thyroid had skyrocketed. It was really, really high, hyper, which is unusual. Most people are hypo, low thyroid. Instead of 100 milligrams, 25. And it would go back and forth. Finally coming down, and yet then, you know, October it's fine, January it skyrockets again. So trying to figure out what's going on. What am I eating that's affecting my body? What am I doing that's affecting my body? And then I know that I'm not sleeping because of the thyroid. I know that I'm not walking because of the blood pressure. I know that there is fear now, aggravation, anxiety, and I just have to calm down. But the body's throwing off these warning signs right and left. You know, there's a name for everything: Graves, hyperthyroid, high blood pressure. There's all kinds of words put to the situation, and I don't want to accept it. Honestly, I just don't want to accept it, and I will continue to strive to be better. The naturopath now has me on a very low dose naltrexone, which is really a homeopathic dose of our Narcan that's getting amazing results. when I did my own research between the naturopath and the compounding pharmacist and even on Facebook, I checked it out. Most of the people that responded said they started at 1.5 mgs. It's not milligrams, but micrograms maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's a drop. It's basically a drop. Thankfully, my person knows me well enough that this started me off at 0.5. And the conversation with the pharmacist was, the smaller the dose that makes a good effect, doesn't matter how long it takes, is the best. I go the 2 weeks and follow the instructions to go up to 1 mgs from 0.5, so half an mg to 1 full mg. And it's Friday night and I'm super agitated and can't sleep again. Actually, it was Thursday night because I called the pharmacist on Friday and said, do I want to go up? You told me less is more. And he said, no, stop. Just stay there. If it doesn't seem to be working, you can experiment again, but you could go to 0.6. You don't have to go to 1. You could go to 0.7 and try it, see what happens. Your body is very sensitive. So just before all this happened, I go get my blood test and my thyroid levels are all in the normal range. And now, almost a month of me just kind of hanging out. As much as I get stressed doing electronics, there's no clients, there's no need to be anywhere, do anything. I had toilet paper, so I didn't have to panic over that. Oh my God, that's not something to joke about for some people. But as much as I went off on my own ramble, there's more to these things. Like, I had been doing supposedly everything right. I'd even lost 30 pounds. Like, I was at the weight that I felt so good in my body. I was down to a size 12. I felt good. I felt like I even looked good, which is something that I struggle with my whole life. And yet, then my thyroid is off, my adrenals off, my blood pressure's off. And the minute I went on the medication, my weight just went right back up. Is it the meat? Is it not just the meat, but too much meat? Is it too much of one thing? Like earlier, we really were concerned about the Brazil nuts, because Brazil nuts have selenium. You can have 1, maybe 2 a day. Well, my addictive nature, I was eating handfuls and using that as my nourishment because, you know, I was running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to run the business, sell the business, negotiate, you know, deal with legal issues, all kinds of crap. Selenium toxicity is real, and I did see my numbers from my thyroid go down when I stopped eating the Brazil nuts. And then when the endocrinologists say, oh no, they can't hurt you, I went back to them because God, I love them. You'd think that it was, you know, a pleasurable drug or something. I loved Brazil nuts. I'd start and they'd go back up again. Well, now my selenium is down, my numbers are down, and I'm waiting to see if we can keep it down. And I'm waiting to see if slowly but surely we can continue to lower my dose of meds until they're gone. How do we listen to our body when it's warning us? What do we need to add to our diet? Do we need vitamin C? Will that help our immune system even in normal times? Do we need calcium for heart and brain? And then if you need calcium, you definitely need magnesium because the two go hand in hand. Are you having Charlie horses? Are you having heart flutters? Are you having problems pooping and peeing? Are you having normal digestive issues, or is there an issue? Are you in chronic pain? Because at some point we have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Exhaustion is another warning sign. Right now, quite a few people are exhausted, and it has a lot to do with the energies coming through and the gang mentality of fear that's really, really a heavy weight on all of us, even though only a few of us are feelers and really are aware of it. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. And this is your time to take care of you. To take care of your family members, yes, but you can't take care of them if you're sick. So what do you need? How do you need to shift your life to make you a priority, to make your health a priority? Where are you on that list? Please tell me you're at least in the top 3. You know, I've heard God should be first, you should be second, your loved ones third, your career fourth. I mean, it gets rearranged here and there, and maybe day to day. You know, when my parents had cancer, they were first on my priority list. It really changes, doesn't it? So please take a moment with me. I've ranted long enough. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a moment. Put both of your hands on your heart. Perhaps just thank it for a minute for beating normally. For helping you to do all the things you've ever dreamed of doing. Thanking you for keeping you healthy. If you're on the front lines, you're probably not seeing this at all, or maybe you're seeing this when you've come home and you just need to get away from everything. And for you, I say thank you. So today, what do you need? What do you need to live your best life, to follow the path of your journey? What do you need so that you can take a moment to go inside and ask the very questions? What do you need? What do you deserve? Because you deserve the very best. Just breathe. If you need something, please ask. If you need healing, reach out. If not to me, to someone. Please remember that I do distance healing. I do phone and Zoom sessions. And the distance healing, you don't need to be present until we chat about it after. But I always do one free. And I always go over it with you so that if you're skeptical, you'll get some answers and decide whether it's for you or not. Don't sit in panic or suffer or alone and lonely. Allow yourself the time and know you're loved. Thank you for taking a few moments with me. I appreciate it. Again, I'm Robin from Spirit of the Lotus and the Laughing Shaman. One of these days, you might hear the reason for that. Take care. Aho.